We are the painters of our world. We are creators.
Welcome to the Educate.Elevate.podcast. I'm your host, Danny Morrison. Thanks for joining me today. We are all about changing the narrative around Black students in higher education. And something that's really bothered me over the years is the lack of positive conversations about college within our community. There's just not a lot of discussion that encourages Black teens to chase their dreams after high school. And there's even fewer conversations in our community designed to guide young students toward pursuing a degree that may help turn those dreams into reality. Instead, we are often directed away from college at a young age. It's the counselor who doesn't encourage you to take college prep classes. It's the teacher who just assumes that you'll just get a job after high school. There's a narrative that college is probably going to be too hard for many Black students, particularly Black males. If you've experienced this, I feel you. I've been there. It's discouraging and it sticks with you. It tells us college is for other people. But even bigger than that, it tells us that we shouldn't bother chasing your dreams in the first place. This is a lonely place to be, but it's not where you were meant to be. You were meant to take full advantage of the talents and passions you were born with. And I'm here to tell you, despite the obstacles in your way, you can accomplish all these things. You just have to know where to start. And for many of you, that's your local community college. You were meant to chase your dreams, but make no mistake, you weren't meant to do it on your own. Today, we're going to talk about a unique organization that is designed specifically to walk alongside and support men in our Black community while they pursue their degree. This is an organization that, in partnership with California's community colleges, is committed to helping you succeed in life by first making sure you succeed in college. The name of this organization is Amend. Amend is a special organization, and as you'll hear, they are all about cultivating success for Black men who are pursuing a better future for themselves through higher education. They don't believe anyone should try to accomplish their goals on their own. Instead, they provide hands-on mentorship to these students to help them navigate the challenges of a college education. They provide a support system and a sense of belonging for students on campus to ensure that no one is ever alone. This is so important because when our students have access to resources, support, and community that they need to succeed, there is nothing that can hold them back.
We are creators.
So let's get right to it. My first guest is Dr. Amanuel Gebru. Dr. Gebru is not only the current president at Los Angeles City College, but also a past president of Amend. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Excited to be here. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to this conversation with you today and, get into the details of the work that I do.
We appreciate everything that you do as well.
Absolutely.
Let's start by walking through your journey. Tell us about your path to becoming president at Los Angeles City College.
That's an excellent question. My path isn't an ideal path that I thought I would be a college president. Immigrating here from Sudan, family from Ethiopia, getting an education was always the goal, but never had a clear idea of exactly what it is I wanted to do. But, coming here, having to learn English, navigate the culture, the system, the community, was tough in the beginning, but as I learned the language, as I adjusted to the community, and, then from then on, went to high school, went to college, and then having some strong mentors along the way really helped guided me in terms of where I am today as a college president. But before that, it was really trying to figure out how do I help people that look like me? So then that's kind of where I was like, you know what? I want to be a counselor. I want to be a faculty member where I can help young people that look like me to ensure that they not only stay, but they graduate and that they move forward. And from that, ended up becoming a college president with a lot of support and a lot of mentorship from my colleagues, from Amend, and other folks who helped really shape my career and my support that got me to where I am today.
Wow, really impressive. Now, you've mentioned Amend, and we talked about it during the opening of our show,
Right.
but I'd like for people to hear it in your own words. What is Amend, And how is it helping so many black men find success through higher education?
Amen began about 18 years ago, and I was lucky to come in to the organization where there was a few of us trying to, put the organization together. But the mission was clear. We wanted to help people that look like us. We wanted to help students that look like us with the focus on African American males. A lot of the brothers who are in the organizations are educators, professors, executives from the dean level, VP level, president and chancellor level that are deeply committed to supporting the true essence of equity and social justice. When we look at black males in higher education, we're usually the lowest performing. We're usually not where we should be. We come from kingdom and queendom, and a lot of that is not knowing our roots and heritage. So when we talk about mentoring, we are deeply integrated in the work in terms of mentoring. As you will meet one of my mentees who's now at UCLA, we believe in these young people, and we are the ones that we want to be examples to these people. So we've done a lot of work in terms of giving out close to $1 million in scholarships and aid to students. We've taken students to Africa for the past 5 years, from Ethiopia to Ghana to Senegal, and we try to expose these young people outside of their communities. Some of these brothers have never been outside of LA. Mm-hmm. Some of these brothers have never been on an airplane. So our goal is to expose these young people who will move on and do study abroad, who will move on and become scholars and educators, doctors, lawyers. And we want to put that hope and instill that they have the opportunity to do anything that they want. We've been hands-on with these young men, and we've been instrumental in making sure that then when they come to us, we support them all the way through, from undergrad at the community college to their bachelor's, to their master's, to some of them who are pursuing their doctoral degrees, because they see us and they see themselves in us. We want them to feel like there's a sense of community on their college campuses. Black males attend the community college in a way that, that's their opportunity. A lot of them may not know where they want to go. They may be first generation, low income. They may not have parents that went to college, but they're showing up at our doorsteps. So we must meet them, but we must also train the individuals at these institutions that don't look like them to make sure that they embrace them in a way that they feel like this is a new community that's welcoming. Because black men are brilliant. Like as I mentioned before, when we took students to Ethiopia and they saw the rich history, the rich culture, they said, man, for all this time, we've been told that we've been slaves, but we come from kings and queens. We have such a rich history, such rich culture. So just that exposure alone showed them that they are important. They matter.
So why do you think mentorship is so important to black students?
It's critical. I mean, look at me. Mentorship played a key role. My father passed away when I was 16 years old. Not having, a stable home, not having from a typical traditional two-parent household, it was a struggle. I could have went left easily. So it's important that mentorship is critical, because if we take interest in these young people, they're likely to succeed. If we take interest in these young people, they're likely to go on the right path. And I believe that sometimes the system is not set up for us. Growing up, in the projects, growing up in low-income community, it's not easy. Navigating, taking the bus, trying to get to school, having to work. These are the barriers that our students face. But when they have someone that cares, it plays a key role. A lot of young men want to be validated. They want to be supported. They want to be embraced. We're taking students that, may not even see their own potential, like I didn't when I was growing up. So having someone embrace you and saying, hey, man, I know you're trying to figure it out, but why not? Why not continue? Why not finish? Why not keep going? Because education has been the pathway for me, and it could be the same for you.
Absolutely. Now, I'm excited about the fact that there's a lot of people watching and listening right now, black students in particular, who think that I can't, I'm not meant to, it's too hard, I don't belong when talking or thinking about higher education. What do you say to those people that think that way?
I mean, I say to them, don't give up, because the road to success is always going to be challenging. I tell them to get connected, to find someone that you see could be the ambassador for you or the supporter for you.
Mm-hmm.
Black men are asked, black men navigate the world on their own. They're not going to ask for help most of the time because they feel like, there aren't that many champions. So I tell young black men, man, fight for what's yours. What's your story? What causes you pain? We all talk about our mamas, and I tell these brothers, man, if you love your mom, what are you willing to do to make sure that she's going to be okay one day? So what is your own inspiration that's making you wake up and do what you need to do? These brothers need love. They need support. They need people who care. And once they get that, I think that's when they start saying, you know what, I can do this.
So how are you seeing students today use California community colleges as the key to unlocking their potential?
I think community colleges are critical in terms of how we engage our community. And many times, young people that come to us may not have a clear direction of where they want to go. They may not know, specifically what they want to major in, what kind of degree, if they want to transfer to four-year school. But we make it a place where there is a sense of community for them that allows them to unlock their potential. And when I say that is we have a lot of programs. We have programs such as the Amen charters on some of the college course campuses. We have Umoja programs. We have first-year experience. But what we're doing is we're creating systems and processes that engages them from the beginning, that allows them to figure out what is it that they want to study, to find communities for them in terms of support systems, like for veterans, for foster youth, for our dreamer students. So the system has so many resources for students that come to us from diverse backgrounds. So there's so much support for those that show up. And the goal is for us to ensure that we help them navigate the system so that they can become successful. So it's a great place for anyone to come to say, you know what, I want to change my career. I want to, start over. So it's an opportunity for students to really embark on a journey that will help them figure out what they want to do and then hopefully end up where they should be.
Any final thoughts or words of advice for our viewers?
I've been doing this work for a long time, and I'm passionate about it from the work I do on college campuses, from the work I do with Amen for the past, 18 years. And it's something I truly believe in that, when you create a space, when you reach out to young people, they see hope and potential. And Amen, just want to also emphasize that Amen is open to all community college students that are African-American males that want to be part of the charter. You have your traditional 18 to 24 students, but we've had mentees that are in their 40s, 50s. So we support and we mentor adult students also that are coming back or that are looking to have access to mentorship, that want to take advantage of the opportunities like the cultural excursions to Africa, the Leadership Academy. So it's open to everyone as long as you're a community college student. If you're a freshman or if you're an adult student returning, it's open to everyone.
Dr. Gebru, I can't thank you enough for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
We are creators. We decide.
Our next guest is Ebba Tefera. Ebba is a current student at UCLA and transferred there from Moore Park College. Welcome, Ebba. It is great to have you here.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys for having me.
Now, let's start by having you tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from and what was life like as a younger person and in high school?
I was born in San Luis Obispo, but I grew up mainly in Santa Maria. And my high school experience was honestly really enjoyable for me. I was always a minority in high school. It was a very predominantly Hispanic area. And in high school, I played a lot of sports. I was definitely involved. I feel like, anywhere I could find opportunity, that's where I was. So I really put my best effort in high school and just wanted to put myself in a good situation and put my best foot forward to give my future self an advantage wherever I wanted to go in life. And I knew I had to put the work in high school in order to be where I want to be in the future.
How much did your friends and family factor in your decision to go to Moore Park?
So honestly, my parents are the biggest reason for any of my success, aside from God. But my parents, they never stopped showing me support. I mean, just a quick backstory. My dad, both my parents immigrated from Ethiopia. And my dad always told me and my sisters the story of how when he came to America, he only had $50 in his pocket. I wouldn't be the man I am today without the support of my family. So I owe everything to them.
What a wonderful family. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
So tell me about community college. What was your experience like at Moore Park?
So in high school, maybe it was like this for other students as well, but I always heard the stigma about community colleges and that person isn't really that serious about college. That was kind of the stigma. But I never let it affect me because you can also get the same education at that community college and then end up getting the same degree as someone who spent a lot more money going straight to a 4-year.
Now, what must have helped is having a Black student union on campus at Moore Park College. Tell me about how that organization helped you.
Yeah, of course. The Black Student Union on campus, I was really blessed to come in contact with. That job I mentioned as a health screener earlier, I met one of my friends, Trinity at the time. She was a coworker as well. And before that, I hadn't heard anything about a Black Student Union. But then when I met her, she said, yeah, they had a Black Student Union. They met on Tuesdays, a room in the cafeteria. I was like, wow, I definitely got to check this out. I feel like outside of my teammates, which I can't really connect with on a cultural level, I don't really have anybody to talk to about, like a sense of real deep community. And just ever since that first meeting, I felt like I had like a real community of people that understood me at Moore Park College.
Now, you also became connected to the Amend program. How did that come about?
Yeah, that was one of the biggest blessings as well. So the work they had done before I even got there, the work I was hearing about, it was just amazing because that group of people, Black males in community colleges, were at the bottom of every statistical category that was being presented. Transfer rates, success rates after community college, like being able to find a career after being able to find a job after community colleges. Black men were kind of at the bottom for everything. So having that mission to uplift and support those Black students in community colleges, I felt like was an amazing mission to have. And once I was able to join Amend, I found lifetime brothers, found lifetime mentors that I can only speak so highly about. Dr. Gebru was here earlier. He has been a huge blessing in my life.
Very powerful. Wow. So what role do you feel Amend played in driving you towards your goal to attend medical school? So
at first, before I was introduced to Amend, I was focused on doing nursing. And I was going to use nursing as a bridge towards medical school. So medical school was always kind of the goal. I was interested in it since I was a kid. And when I was talking to Dr. Gebru, he told me how I explained to him my plan, how I was trying to pursue nursing and then bridge that over to med school. And Dr. Gebru, with all the experience he's had, has multiple friends in the medical career, was just telling me, man, like, why even do nursing? Like, you want to be a doctor. You want to go to medical school, so just go for it. And at first, in my mind, I'm kind of thinking like, oh, I can have nursing as kind of like a safety net. Like, just in case med school doesn't go through, I can have something to fall back on. But Amend, especially Dr. Gebru, just like, let me know, like, I can really just go for it, put my all into it, anything's possible, and just gave me the confidence and the faith that was able to really just make me go all in on pursuing medical school straight ahead without using nursing as a bridge. So Amend had a huge factor in just going straight for med school.
So in your opinion, how important is it to have a mentor and help you reach your goals more efficiently and effectively?
Having a mentor might be the most important thing to have when you're trying to pursue, honestly, any type of career. So being able to have like a mentor like Dr. Gebru, I mean, my first mentor, my parents, always being able to be there to answer my questions. And having a mentor career-wise like Dr. Gebru, he with his experience, it's like any question that I have, I feel like he has a story for it. he has an experience for it, to be able to share with me and tell me what to expect. And also just being able to put confidence in me, have faith in me. I feel like having a mentor, multiple mentors, just gives you that confidence that you really need to push through when times get hard, to be able to call up when you aren't feeling so confident in what you're doing.
So how important do you believe it is for someone to have a safe space to go to on a college campus?
On a college campus, having a safe space is honestly one of the most important things, because if you don't feel like you're safe, then you can't even learn efficiently. You can't learn at all. And if you can't learn, then why are you even at college? So having that safe space, not only with my teammates, but having that safe space of Amend and the Black Student Union, that was very important to me.
So you started at a community college, and now you're pre-med at UCLA. And there's probably some people out there thinking, I can't do what he does. I don't have the tools to do what he does. What would you say to that person that is thinking in those ways?
For anybody that's having those thoughts of community college isn't the place for me, or community college just isn't where I'm supposed to be at, just know that, especially when you're having those thoughts, community college is the perfect place to be. It serves as that stepping stool, that molding where you're able to figure out where you want to go in life without having to make that concrete decision of, this is what I want to be right now. So if you're having any second thoughts or any doubt in the community college system, just know that that is the place for you to be, and that is the stepping stone that you should use. If you're thinking that there's nobody else on the college campus that looks like you, that feels like you, just know that there's organizations like Black Student Unions, like Amend, like Umoja, that are there for that exact reason, and that are there to provide that community for you. The possibilities are endless once you start a community college. It's a fresh start, and especially to those who didn't do the best in high school and are debating whether or not they want to go to college at all, choose community college, because you'll have a fresh start and you'll be on the same page as everybody else. It'll allow you to achieve those dreams that you might not think are possible. So give it a chance.
Well, allow me to say thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. And it was great to spend time with you, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for me.
I appreciate it, man. It was a blessing to be here today. Thank you guys for having me.
We are creators. We decide.
Huge thanks to our guests from Amend, LA City College President Dr. Amanuel Gebru, and UCLA student Ebba Tefera. For all of the Black men listening today, I hope that what you heard opens your eyes to the fact that you do not have to chase your dreams alone. You just have to know where to start. So don't let anything or anyone keep you from the college education you deserve. And for everyone else listening, I hope you share this with the Black men in your life, your brothers, friends, fathers, anyone who might need that extra encouragement. Because as we've heard today, that positive reinforcement of belonging in college is so important. One more thing I want to point out is that Amend is just one of the many programs at California community colleges designed to help students in our community succeed. If you're interested in learning more about all that California's community colleges are doing to provide hope and support for students of all ages, check out ICanGoToCollege.com. There's a whole section dedicated to the various resources and services specifically for our Black community. It even breaks down scholarship opportunities, how to apply for financial aid, and information on programs like Amend, and so many others. Go to ICanGoToCollege.com, find the tab labeled Black and African American Student Success, and check it out today. Remember, educate yourself, believe in yourself, and anything is possible. Because to educate is to elevate. Till next time.
We are the painters of our world.